how much like pots
Of
is
course, it
worth
affects the
compared to.
economy.
That is a
Bec-
dipsy. Look at that.
because they buy up stuff, and they buy up stuff for certain amounts that their bots ask it for,
Guys, did you die?
and it
Yeah,
also,
dude.
like, people were having trouble
Yeah.
buying inks in Nexus.
Total just FPS slide or lag. I don't know, dude. I didn't even see it. I just saw the death screen. Said I died to a quiet bomb, which was crap.
It was back at the start. Um, so look, someone's having trouble buying inks today, right? So that means that they started offering more so they could get an ink sooner, right? Why were they
Yeah.
having trouble buying inks? Well, one possibility is that the bots were buying up all the inks and they're not selling them for any in-game stuff. They're only selling them for money out of the side of the game, right? So that means indirectly he had to pay more for an ink only because the bots that are owned by the real world trade shops were buying them up.
Yeah.
So it did affect his US West Nexus visit. Even though he wasn't buying from them, and even though he wasn't like directly affected, but it was indirect.
And the percentage of people that actually bought items for real world money would go up even more if they put it in game because there's a lot of people out there that are afraid
Yeah.
of getting scammed.
Yeah. It
Uh,
would go up, the amount of people that buy stuff.
the people that even
But at
know
least the
about
money
it.
would go to the game instead of to random parasites.
Yeah, but the people that actually play, like,
I appreciate the ones that do a lot of real world trade, but then they actually do buy lots of keys and vaults and whatever they can to give back and support the cash cow that they're currently leeching off of. But I don't know how many do that. I don't know how many just have tons of mules, no vaults purchased, don't buy keys for any reason because why would you? Why would you run them, risking
yeah.
your characters or whatever you're doing? Why don't they even play the game? They might just do everything in the U.S. West.
Well, they would just like make money off this game and make a living off this fucking game.
I don't hate people making a living, but if
Yeah,
it
I know.
if it hurts
I
the
wouldn't say
gameplay
that.
experience of anyone else, and if it who are just trying to have fun in a game, and if it hurts the people who make the game, who are trying to make a living legitimately with their own intellectual property, then I think that's not great. I don't hate anyone that does real world trading. It doesn't affect me personally that much, but I understand why people don't like it, and I understand why they might want to do things to make it not so easy or make it so that there are other options.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it was different too when it was just like, oh, that's Indes. He's someone who would be willing to do some out of game trading, like for in game items. And there was like just a few people. It wasn't really a big thing. And then it grew as the game grew, and now it's full of spam bots and various sites and all of them doing a bunch of crap.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting issue.
But Wild Shadow didn't all completely care about money.
It was just a game, man.
Yeah.
And these two guys thought this up and put it together in their basement for a contest. It took a
Yeah,
month.
it's a beautiful creation, and I think the Alex and Rob deserve tons of kudos, and they got their money out of it.
It's another one of those amazing like things like I don't know. I guess I'd probably put it alongside like Terraria popping up out of nowhere. And definitely Minecraft. Definitely agree.
Hmm.
But they're pretty much like squeezing. Kabam's like squeezing a fucking orange. They're gonna squeeze all the juice out of it they can, and then eventually the game's gonna start losing its population.
Ah, but you forget they're growing new oranges all the time.
I think the one thing that saves it is it sounds like there are still some people who are working, at least the people in the Rumcast, who seriously do actually still care about this game.
I feel like there are people that want this game to do well, not just because it'll make the money. I think they think the game is cool and they want it to do well, and it's like still their main project, so they care about it. But who knows? Who knows when this game will end? But every good thing comes to an end. You know, that's true for everything.
Yep.
So, whenever this does end, if it's had a good run, if it's had, 5 years of success, that's great. That's good. If it has RuneScape level success where it's like 15, 20 years, that'd be awesome. But, who knows?
How long has WoW been out for?
What is it? I don't know.
I think WoW was like 2002 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like 10 years?
WoW's been doing really well. But there's a lot of people that have quit WoW after quite a long time of playing.
I played WoW for
I
off and
played
on
it
for
since
years.
PC, and then I just quit when Pandas came out. So I've been playing it for a long fucking time. I played through 2 expansions, so.
I played all through vanilla until Blackwing Lair, and then I quit, and then I played through Burning Crusade and didn't really do any endgame stuff, and then I played through Wrath of the Lich King progression rating till they released what was it, the Champions Gauntlet or something, whatever it was like all those monsters in a row.
Yeah.
Then I didn't ever come back for the Ice Crown Citadel or anything, and I haven't played it since.
Oh, were you talking about the? We're on a bunch of horses and shit.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
you're like on a horse and crap, and then the bosses fight. Like the big dungeon is actually like a boss comes out, you kill it, and then they send in another boss, and you kill it, and they released it so that you had only a certain amount of time to do it until it resets.
Time and shit. Yeah. I did them all. I forgot the boss's name. Because I've been through so many fucking raids in that game, it's hard to remember all the bosses' names.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just wikied it. Its original release date was the 23rd of November of 2004.
Okay, well, still. You have like an 8-year-old game, that's really good.
Yeah.
Most games, you get like a year of people actually paying attention to it, then it's done.
Yeah.
At most.
I think one of those big things that does that to it, though, is a lot of these games, you see, they just keep pumping out sequels because they don't want to trust in expansion packs and in-game buying items and things like that to keep the game afloat.
Every game can't be like an MMO like this, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, look at well, here let's look at StarCraft. StarCraft is one of those things that it survived because it was, people were serious about it. I mean, of course, it did have extra alterations into it, new games, so that was the only, it kind of slowly devolved, but it definitely had a good run before, truly a second one came out. But I mean, it really is more of a, do the people who make it honestly want to make a ton of money by releasing a sequel to a popular franchise?
Moved in from the elm of the map god by the server.
I don't know. I guess it's just a matter of, do you want to try to get some, seriously cash out on this idea and see how much money you can milk out of it, or do you want to try to keep this giant community that you've created rolling on one thing?
I wonder when fucking World of Warcraft will die out. I think it's still going to be going strong for quite a while.
Yeah, because they added that new big expand area, so that'll keep it alive for a lot longer.
And the thing is, people keep rediscovering it. It's not like it's the same player base they have to keep stretching out over decades. It's like if they just get enough kids to discover WoW in this current release,